Hey everyone, Josh here for DraftMagic.com. We're here for Ravnica Block. It's Nick's Ticks this week, as opposed to last week's Nick's Packs. Really frustrating how they don't just merge the two. So you can... The first week you couldn't use your pack surprises. I think this guy is the pick. I mean, he does kill himself. I guess you could pump him. Then it's pretty sweet. He also deals damage to players. He's just a big fatty that does a lot. I think we're going to take him over, what, like Farseek and Siege Worm and Scatter the Seeds, a bunch of green cards. I like Tongue Time, but take this guy. Alright, so here we're looking at Last Gasp. I guess Boros Guildmage. Golgari Guildmage is pretty good too. All the Guildmages are generally good. Though these are probably some of the weaker ones. The first strike's great, actually. Like, haste is... I mean, 2 mana for haste. It's not relevant until really late in the game. This guy's pretty sweet. 2. But I think I'll just take Last Gasp. Just take... when in doubt, take the removal spell. It's cheap and efficient, and only a single colored mana, opposed to all these double colored mana. And that's a big deal, too, in a format where you're almost for sure playing 3 colors minimum. Alright, what does this do? Each player returns all creature cards from his graveyard to his or her hand. Alright, well, not very exciting. Probably just taking a Signet here. I do like Sandsower, and red, white, black is a legitimate color combination. Gives you black, white in pack 2 and black red in pack 3. Generally want to do that. You generally want to be in a color combination that gives you access to guilds in every pack. Otherwise you just miss out on half the powerful cards at least in each pack. So that are in your colors. So we'll take the Dimir Signet here, I think, and just be on our way. So when in doubt, take removal, and when also in doubt, just take the fixer. Those are the rules of Ravnica Block. I definitely want to get some bounce. Bounce lines are even more important than the Signets. They don't take up slots in your deck the same way. I mean, you can replace lands with Signets, just not in the same way as you can with bounce lines. With bounce lines, you can actually reduce the number of lands in your deck. It's like they don't take up a land slot. They actually free up land spots and just card advantage in a land. It's just they're really insane, those bounce lines. This card's sweet, but I mean I could be white. Nothing else in this pack. I actually like this card, just not with a red-black start. A red-black Dimir Signet start. Could take Bramble Elemental. It's probably the best card. This is the only card that's sort of on color. I guess this card is too. He does transmute for the Hammer Fist Giant, if that's something I wanted to do. I'm going to take the Bramble Elemental. I don't know if I like this pick, but... well... best card in this pack is probably the Trophy Hunter. And Last Gasp could be a splash. It could be like green, red, blue. That doesn't give you it doesn't give you a guild in every pack, but the pack it doesn't give you a guild in is the first pack, which is where we are now. So if I can be green, red, blue going into the next 2 packs, you're open to 2 guilds in the second pack and then green, blue in the third, which is my favorite guild in the third. So yeah, I'm going to go with this Trophy Hunter. This is a reasonable signal. I could also take like Flight of Fancy. This guy's pretty sweet too. It's a 2-drop, but he's really good, Trophy Hunter. Excuse me. All right, so Greater Moss Dog. I do like Aura Touch Mage, but I don't have any auras to touch at the moment. But it is really a sweet card if you do have some auras. Like Flight of Fancy or something, or the Black One, or the Galvanic Arc. I mean, all those are great. And then you have those, like you can give them the unblockable one, and what are those called? Mage Marks? think those are all sweet things. I'm just gonna take a Signet here though over the Moss Dog. Moss Dog's good. Recurable Hill Giant. I mean, he's big enough that there are times where you want to dredge him back. Like with some of the other dredge cards, you often don't want to dredge him back. Like the smaller, like the 3/1. If he's just gonna trade with a nothing or get blocked by one for you, not much value in losing your draw step for him. But I mean, the 3/3 is big enough that there are plenty of times where you'll dredge him back. I'm just taking the bounce line here. I know that white right now is not something we care about, but it's still early, and that could change. And it's a bounce land, which is playable even if white's not even in my deck. And just for the card advantage factor. I mean, sometimes you can't do that when your mana's too intense, but plenty of time you can. So, well, what does this do? This is actually a good card. Like, it lets you just cycle through your deck so fast and find all your bombs. It does cost you a card, and it's expensive. Do nothing for 5. Like, it doesn't affect the board right away. I actually kind of like Rolling Spoil. I'm gonna take the Rolling Spoil. It's a Frenzied Goblin too. Yeah. I don't know. When Rolling Spoil is good, it's completely insane. Nothing really I care about here. I could take the Guardian, or I could take the Flamekin Zealot. Neither are likely to make my deck at this point. I can also take Sundering Vitae as a sideboard card. That seems fine. I don't think it's very likely I play either of those other two guys. Ooh, Scion came back? Well, I guess green's open, with the Moss Dog also in the pack. I'm going to take the Scion, though. Didn't get any token producers, but even without those, I think he's fine. A little rough on the mana. I could just take a Moss Dog, but Glass Golem? Not much of a card. Rare Draft or Glass Golem. This card's pretty horrible. It's likely good in the same decks that, in the same matchups that Empty the Catacombs. Like, Empty the Catacombs is okay if, like, they're playing a super control-y, like, mono removal with 3 creatures in it. And that's the same kind of place where, like, a 6/2 is good when they don't have very many creatures. I'll take this card. He's not very good, though. Well, if I was going to play a Boros card, it would probably be this one over the Rally the Righteous, I would think. Doesn't seem too likely I'm very Borosy. Right now I'm actually green, red, black. Though, like, my black is very light. Green, red, black is another guild that's available in all 3 packs. So green, red. Oh, man. Angel of, what's it called? Angel of Awesomeness, of Despair. This card is really sweet. Can I somehow make this work in my deck? I can go black, white, red, and abandon green. It's a real stretch to be able to get this guy to work, but he's so good. I probably should just take an Electrolyze, or Wild Size, or Gruul Turf. Yeah, I mean, black, white, green is not something that's going to work. And the double black, double white, man, someone's going to be really happy with me for passing them an Angel of Win the Game. I hate passing best cards ever. I mean, I'd hate to pass an Electrolyze and an Ogre Savant. And, this pack is just totally absurd. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Electrolyze. And another good black-white card. I think I'd just pass on it and take the Gruul Turf. It's also Pyromanics is good, but I think I need this bounce land. I really like Pontiff. And I think I take another bounce land here. Especially since this Ravnica Sanctuary might be something I want to replace. Some more good white. I probably could have effectively made a switch and not cared too much about losing my green and just gone red, white, black. It would have worked out very potentially. Like it looks like the white black is going to keep flowing, but yeah, we'll just take the Gruul Turf. Which one's this? This is actually one of the sweet Nephilims, or however you pronounce them. Nephilims. But excuse me. While it could give me something to do with Ravnica Sanctuary, I don't know. I don't know about this guy. Take a Gruul Scrapper. Dragonauts are okay. Torch Drake is probably better than Dragonauts, in fact. Yeah, we'll take a Torch Drake. Borborygmos. I don't know how to say this, but this card is pretty huge. It is 7 mana though. Is it Boiler Works, which I kind of want, and there's also Repeal, which I kind of want. I'm a sucker for bounce lands. Let's just take this bounce land. I'm gonna end up with no cards and just bounce lands though. Train of Thought or Gruul Warp Wow. Well, this is playable. Sucks to have to pay 3 mana every turn you want to use them, but no, we're gonna take a Train of Thought. Who needs creatures? Not I. Looks like Izzet Guildmage, I think, here, actually. I have a Last Gasp, and maybe I can find some other sweet spells for it. Also Burning Tree Shaman, which is pretty good. I think it's better than Torch Drake, actually, once I'm green, red, bluish. And that looks like what I am, since these are not really cards. Yeah, I'll take this Guildmage. Second Train of Thought seems fine. I might even wheel like Chronarch from that awesome pack. Oh man, really? Another Gruul Turf? This time I'm gonna take a card. See, by taking those bounce lands early. Now, had I known this Gruul Turf was coming back around, I may have passed up on one of the other ones. So here it's going to be Wild Size or Burning Tree Bloodskull. I probably just need some creatures here. I mean, Wild Size is awesome as a trick, but I think I just need a creature, especially if I want to play Sign of the Wild. So yeah, that's going to be our pick. Probably get away with hiding those. Vitae's not really my idea of a great main deck card. Yeah, I'm actually a little low on playables at the moment to fill my deck with. Alright, so another Bloodskill seems good to me. Like the +1/+1 counters especially work well with the Green-Blue Guild in Pack 3. Actually, Scrapper versus Pit Skulk might not be cut and dry just because of my curve. I have 3 4-drops already. I mean, he's good. From green-red. This guy's not bad, though. I have some evasive things, don't I? He's 1 mana. Somewhat evasive. I know this is probably a bad pick. He's not that evasive. I forgot what his second ability was, and then once I remembered it, I didn't remember it before I read it, but once I remember what his ability is, I was like, you know what, that's not really all that evasive, unless you're like auraing him up. Take a room boggle. Leap of Flame or Wild Canter. Do I like Wild Canter? Probably not. I should have taken the Leap of Flame. I meant to. Switch it. He's fine if you have like the red-green Bloodthirst 3/3 thingy. Alright, so there's a Wrecking Ball. There's this thing, which kind of sucks. There's this thing, which sort of combos with Guildmage, but not really. There's Guardian of the Guild Pack, which is good, but white. There's also a Shambler, which is a giant fatty. I think I'm going to take the Wrecking Ball. When in doubt, I'll take the removal. Oh. Just started. I think he was asking about the last one I was in. The one that I got my packs from. So I went okay. I went to the finals, but it gave me the packs for this guy. I didn't get a good idea of what my color commitments are here. How much? No, I do want to be quite blue. I was thinking about like I could still be green, red, black, and I take an X-Bitter. X-Bitter is somewhat splashable, just not. No, maybe not so much. What's this do? Destroy target multicolored permanent. It's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's better than okay. It's because there tend to be more monocolored creatures than multicolored. Still a removal spell. And if I end up playing the Sanctuary, I'll actually be able to cast both halves if that's relevant. Not much equipment in the format, but there's a couple. Yeah, I'm going to take this. There's some cards. Just taking the Zepplet here. Courthouse is good, but don't really plan on having much white in this deck. Yeah. What does this guy do? Oh, nothing. He trades with the guy. It's not bad. Ooh, I like this card, and it combos with Guildmage. Jagged Puppet's a fun card in the right deck, but that right deck is not ours. It's like a very swingy card, and like if you have a lot of other Hellbents in your deck somehow, his disadvantage is mitigated a little bit. Yeah, Rise and Fall. I like that card. What does this guy do? He's big. Activate abilities of +1/+1. So he can gain like Burning Tree Shaman. That's kind of sweet. Between him and the Shambler is certainly easier to cast. I might get that Shambler back if I'm really lucky. There's also Silkwing Scout, which would be fine. What's my... Yeah, you know what? I'm actually just going to take the Silkwing Scout to help get my Burning Tree Shaman's blood skills bloodthirsted to begin with. I think that makes sense. Well, this guy seems fun and all. He plays really well with this guy too. But like having your 6-drops play well together isn't necessarily the most exciting thing ever. So here's between Sporeback Troll and Shambler. Am I getting back that Shambler? I kind of want a Shambler. This guy's pretty good though. I'm gonna cry if I get a Shambler back. I'm so gonna see another Shambler. I'm so clogged on fours. Yeah, let's just get my Shambler now. Ooh, there's all the green-blue. Take this Assault Zeppelin. This guy's actually decent with the Shambler, too, but can't resist an Assault Zeppelin. There's also Spider, which would be great, as I'm low on the twos, but no, Zeppelin it is. Another Zeppelin. This is my day. I officially have too many 4-drops, but I'll live. I'll take a Thrive here. Don't think I'll play this guy. Yeah. Don't really need a 4-drop. Maybe I want a Taste for Mayhem. Put it on a Bramble Elemental. It's my only aura. I don't really need an Ogre Gatecrasher. It's just not going to get played. Take a Hydro Punch, sure. I like this card. Enough. And plus my curve starts on 3/4 anyway. Okay, we'll take an Eidolon. But I'm a little clogged at 4s for Eidolons. Hope you're not totally disgusted by me slurping at my drink. I don't know if you heard it or not. Take a Ghost Quarter. So probably playing all 4 of these bounce lands. So 4 bounce lands, 2 signets. I can get away with 15 lands, I think. Well, we'll see. Signets are pretty important. I actually wouldn't have minded a 3rd one. Like, especially like a green-blue one would have been great for the Assault Zeppelin. Though, going like ramping into a 4-drop on turn 3 is a little bit tough when you have 4 bounce lands. You need like 3 lands, none of which are bounce lands to do that. Well, we're definitely playing the signets because they're what's allowing us to get that last gasp in there and that wrecking ball in there. And I do want to play those because those are some of my only removal spells. I have the Electrolyze otherwise, I think, and that's about it. So okay, let's see how we build this. So I could see playing a Wild Canter just to help my slightly greedy splashes. Trophy Hunter for sure. This guy for sure. Yeah, for sure. Electrolyze for sure. And I'm pretty sure I play this with the help of Sanctuary in case I want to kill auras. Hydropon and Runeboggle are maybes, as well as these guys, I suppose, are maybes. These are pretty much no's. Okay, so all 3 Assault Zeppelins in you go. And probably both Burning Tree Bloodscales. Torch Drake, probably 2, I guess. Definitely playing the Wrecking Ball. And we'll think about the Rolling Spoils. Bramble Elemental, yeah, I don't have any auras, but he's still 4/4 for 5. And this guy's good. This guy's good. Thrive is a maybe. He does play well with the Giant, as a matter of fact. And we still have some slots here. So, leading candidates are these ones, I believe. I have a few. Actually, any of these would be fine. Okay, let's do a little sorting action. 12 creatures, so I probably want a few more, especially with this Scion. Scion definitely wants creatures. In fact, he probably wants a few more cheaper creatures than I have access to. And Sion's not exciting in this one, unfortunately. I could actually cut him. I'll play the Hydroponic. I'm going to play the Canter. Sort of plays well with the Scion. And it's going to help that black splash a little bit. Not my favorite card. Do like Torch Drake. I could cut a Burning Tree, Bloodscale. Play it. I think I like Thrive in this deck too. Oh, maybe not. I just kind of like the idea of thriving my Hammer Fist Giant. But I could also like Hydropon it or Shambler it, both of which are really good. So Shambler does come later in the curve. I think this is also another. This is my third black card. Okay. I also really like Rolling Spoil. Can I play Rolling Spoil? The black isn't needed. Just like getting a bounce line is so good. Screw it. I think I like Rolling Spoil too much. I'll cut a Thrive. Yeah, I think I like the Torch Drake better than the Burning Tree Bloodscale in this deck. Just because my curve starts a little bit too late for Burning Tree Bloodscale. He's not going to be all that easy to Bloodthirst. I just played Zeppelin over Bloodscale most of the time anyway. Bloodscale is really good though, because like late in the game, once you're like 6+ mana and you've emptied your hand, he just completely takes over combat. So let's see. Well, let's see what my mana's like this. Let's see how much trouble I have putting together a mana base. I could definitely play an extra card. I could get away with 15 lands for sure, with 4 bounce lines and 2 signets. But okay. So I need. I want 1 swamp, so that I could fetch it with a scout. And I have 3 black cards, so 3 black sources seems about right. Then I'm lightest on red. I'm really mostly blue-green here, though this guy's double red. This card's red, this card's red, 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 sort of red, sort of almost red. Usually you cast it as Rise. Or usually I cast it as Rise. Red. So there's not that much red. So let's say we have 2, 3 red sources already. Let's say 6 is the minimum, and I can always add after. So let's do that now. And then I need actually a pretty even split between green and blue, because Train of Thought really wants as much blue as possible, and then these are all just straight green blue. Yeah, so about an even split between green and blue. I'm left with 8 slots, but I already have 1, 2, 3 green, and 3 blue already. So we're already even. So 7, 7. Yeah, you know what? That seems just about right. So mana base is decent. Could be a little bit better, like if the Selesnya Sanctuary was actually on color, though I guess it if I ever cast Simple, I'll be happy about it. But yeah, it's could be better, but it's I think my mana base is better than average for the format, especially for a 4-color deck. But it's actually probably better than many 3-color decks even. Uh, Sometimes if you don't take those bounce lines early enough, you just end up with a horror story of a mana base. Yeah, so we'll go with this. The deck's okay. I mean, the triple Zeppelin was really sweet. We have some removal. We got some card draw. Yeah, we got some cool Guild Mage uh, combos, and we're gonna spoil someone's day with this card for sure. If I even once, if I get like the bounce land and one of their dudes, it will be victory lap time. All right, I'll see you round one.